Good evening. Welcome back to Derail Valley with Digger. I'm Digger. I'm your engineer for this evening, and all we're going to be doing tonight is hooking up our next haul. And it consists of 33 cars and 3 engines I've decided to take with me. And I'm here at my office figuring out this thing. And the best I can figure is we've got about, give or take, 1,100 tons to haul. But we're going to be going uphill right out of the harbor here. So I'm taking 3 engines to do this job. And we'll be hooking these up in this particular order because of the way they're going to have to be unhooked at the other end. So the first 3, which these they're all on different tracks here in this yard, but they'll be going to the same yard up there. 2 of them will be going to track 4I and 1 will be going to 6I, and then we got 1 to go into D2I, which thankfully is down the middle. And here's the yard layout. We'll be coming in from this direction from the northeast. So C is straight ahead and D is all the way to the right. So that's why I've got these lined up in this particular order. Now if I can get them placed in my inventory, it sometimes don't cooperate. I want to place them in particular order in my inventory, so when I get to the other end, it'll be easier to decipher, because it may not be for a couple days before I get there. So looks good. We'll have to do it that way, because before I could do it across, but since they've upgraded the program, it's got to be up and down. So that's okay. So we'll get her going. I'm only going to take 2 engines to get these things hooked up, but I'm going to take this first engine out and set it on the tracks and get it ready. Enjoying my new poppies. The new vegetation upgrade that just did about a week ago. Don't need any lights here. This is going to be a dangerous haul because I've blown up these things before. I don't recall hauling nitrogen and having it blown up, but diesel, yeah, you bet. So it's very possible. I got a duck to get under this thing. Got to pair up the remote. They've made these plants blow a little bit more than the previous build, so I thought my train was moving, my engine here at first. Let's see if we can get out here without running off the end of this thing. That'll cost $100 grand if I run off the end of it. But we can afford it now, so just hit over 14.5 million in our pocketbook. That's cutting it pretty close. Yeah, it's cutting it pretty close. Let's see, I don't need to use the little wheelhouse there. Just push her manually. Maybe. What's going on with this thing? Come on. I think it's because I got this remote in my hand. Of course. It's being temperamental tonight. Could use all of them to hook them up. Yeah. Trying to think if that might not be better. Might be quicker. I could get them moving a little easier. Why not? Let's just take them all. I don't have to power up the third one. Be more fun though. So love the power. And I'm just going to stick my head in this time. Check out the engine. The gen. Okay. I'm already paired to that, so I guess it'd be easier to just back this into those. I will be taking the caboose this time in order to extend the range of the remote. Got the beginning of a train. 3 engines strong. Now you hear the horn. We're going to D yard first. I'm going on memory from earlier, so that's another reason I chose to do this tonight, this part. It's fresh in my mind. We're going to have to switch that. We don't want to go into the military base. I just got to not forget it. Actually, we'll go up there and do that now. Method behind my madness, usually. Not always, but usually. Got to go to D yard. I think that's this. Let's see. Okay, it's the next one. Okay. I'm gonna get my bearings. I'll lose them sometime. Should be like cutting through butter with a hot knife with 3 engines, I hope. I just got to keep my speed down on this trip, because that's your biggest enemy. Got you. Run on back to the end. The container yard. I've been on that ship. I've been clear up at the top and in the office. Well, there wasn't nothing in it, but that was about the first thing I did in this game. Here we go. Now we got to go to yard G. And it was a G3I, I think. First one on the left, I remember that. Nice and easy. See, if this one took off just like it was nothing. I haven't hauled hardly any nitrogen, so I'm not sure what we're in for here. So we're already a long way off. I'm so excited about the upgrade that's coming up later this year. I'll probably be in this thing a lot when that happens. So be prepared to get sick and tired of me. We've got another program that's having a major update later this year too, Real VR Fishing. I really thoroughly enjoy that one too. That's right up there in my top 5. This one's in my top 3, maybe even 2. I can't help. This is probably the number 1 replayable game that I've got. I mean, don't be doing that on my track. Lone Echo, I got to give that a thumbs up, AAA. I've played through it 5 times already, and I'll do it again. It's the same thing each time, but it's that good. The graphics and the gameplay is that good on it. And COVID has delayed the release of Lone Echo 2. Whenever it comes out, whatever it costs, it's going to be a purchase. Now we get to go to G yard. Hooking them up, boss. Hooking them up. Give her a little juice. I can't wait till they get passenger trains in. We've got all the setup for it. It just hasn't happened yet. I know they're working on it. I'm not sure how my switches are set yet here. Uh-oh. You know, I think we got to go left right here. And then right. That one's set. So when I take these, whenever I take these out of the harbor to haul, it's going to be a slow trip because I want to try to get there without blowing up. bouncing just a little bit. I don't know what's going on there. We're just going on inertia right now. I don't have any engine going. Letting the weight push it. We probably ought to start a little braking action here. Don't want to hit these nitrogen tanks too hard, I don't think. Okay, we're coupled there. I want to take a look. It just says asphyxiating, and I'm not sure what that hazmat sign is. I'm really not sure. I'm not familiar with that one. Asphyxiating. It doesn't say explosive, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I've blown these up before, though. I bet it blows. I bet it will if you push it. That's 2 notches on the throttle and we took right off. Now we got to go over to E yard, which is on the other side of the buildings there. And I can't remember which. Okay, E10 will be our last hookup. We're, let's see, E7, 6, 7, 2 tracks. I'm just thinking aloud, that's all. I still like the new trees that they've given us. I'm starting to drop a little bit on my remote signal. It's not too bad yet. I hope it holds until I get at least the last sections hooked up. And then I can I might have to summon the caboose if I can't move. Otherwise, I'm going to pull it out and manually hook it up using our little shunter diesel 2. $33 cars. I've hauled 100 cars before, but it wasn't in jobs. It was just because I hooked them all together. And I believe I had 7 engines hooked up at that time. I just wanted to see what it was like. And it was wonderful. I loved it. I went all over the map with it. It took about 2 weeks. I think I've got a lot of it streamed. Okay, here we go. Come on, sign. I don't hear you. There you are. I sees you. Are you there, engine? Developers, there's a problem with your switch. Always has been. Please fix it. And we're moving already. It's pretty quick, especially for a reverse. Okay, we got the first track to the right. Will be our next hook. And then the 4th track to the right will be our final hook. can't steady my hand long enough to get them switched. This is going along a lot smoother than I thought it would. Gotcha. Watch my remote signal die back here. Looking good. Strong. Good deal. Where's the engine? I can't even hardly hear the horn. So I could have taken the scrap metal up to the steel mill on the way, but because we're going to be going right through the steel mill. But nah, this is going to be a big enough job without any more headache. There you are, the magic switch for our final hookup. This one might take a little doing. It's got to take the slack out of these cars too. It actually does that in game. It figures the slack just like a real thing. They thought of everything, and they're thinking of more. This next upgrade is going to have wheel sensors, I think, and just a lot of stuff to make it a little more difficult, more lifelike. Duck! Jump for joy. Uh-oh, I'm going down the wrong track. I didn't get it switched right. Don't jump for joy. Get out of here. Sitting here gabbing, wasting fuel. Okay, take me back out. I thought I had them all set right. You're getting a little heavier now. All of them are set wrong. I've been thinking the wrong way. Let's see, I gotta switch that to the right and this one to the right. Been out of it too long. I did good up till now. Okay, let's try it again. Give her some goose juice. No biggie. We recovered. Uh-oh. I just locked up. Something happened. I've lost the train and everything. There, it's back. I don't know, PC, what happened to my PC? Or the video card, I don't know. I've been having some issues with that. Showing hardware error on my reliability monitor. And I'm sure it's the RTX 2070 Super. I'm thinking about putting my GTX 1080 Ti back in it. I never have trouble with that one. The 2070 is my newest one, and I'm not impressed with it at all. A $2,700 computer, and I'm calling it a piece of crap. Gotcha. Now let's jump back and see how the remote does. Well, it's not bad at all. I thought it'd be a lot worse than that. Took right off. Maybe I'd overdone it with 3 engines. It's too late now. When I'll be needing them when I get to the other end. It'll make it easier to divide up my load. So we'll go up to the caboose and hook it up anyway. It's a good indicator. When you got your caboose hooked up, when you look at your map, you can tell where the end of your train is. You can tell when it's past the curves and the switches and all that. So even if nothing else, it's good for that. Plus the remote extender. I think all my switches are right up there. I hope, because it's already going around the curve. I'm sure they are. I think what I'll do is just pull it up past this switch up here and shut off the engines to save fuel, and then hook up the caboose, and then we'll be ready to roll next time I'm on here. It's going to be a hard pull getting up out of this harbor, though. I guarantee that. So I don't think 2 engines would have been a very good choice to do that. Oh, heck. There we go. So stop now. Sitting here gabbing again. I gotta quit doing that. Run up here and see if we can find the engines. Engine number 3. We're done with you for now. Engine number 2. Good job. Engine number 1. Fantastic. Okay, let's go get our boost hooked up over the fence here. There we go. See if I can remember how to run this thing. It's been a while. I love the sound of this one. I love the sound of this thing. It's got such a different sound. It's got a better diesel knock than that diesel knock. Awesome. Well, I guess we can do it manual. Nah, that's not. Where did I left it? I always keep forgetting which way the brakes go on this one. Come on, little toot. Yep, I think you're louder than the big one. Oh yeah, the upgrade also is going to include weather and day-night cycles. Rain is going to make a difference in the hauling conditions. They're not sure about multiplayer though. They're thinking not. I bet it must be too hard. I think that would be awesome. Be aware of where your other players' trains are at. I don't do multiplayer, but I think I would in this one. All the fighting ones, I don't do any multiplayer. I don't particularly like the fighting ones. I just like to experience them once, and that's about it. I'm right in the middle of Boneworks, and I'm not even going to finish it. I don't care for the gameplay. They didn't make that one very good, in my opinion. I'm not interested in it. I'm sorry I wasted my money on it. Don't be bumping these things too hard now. You mean you didn't make it? Jimmy. Thing gets up and moves real quick. Fix your switch, developers. That's about the only complaint I got about this game. Their horn switch. Probably not the only if I sat and thought about it. Besides derailing too easy. But that's why it's called Derail Valley. I'm thinking, duh. Hey fella. I'm gonna put you back home where you belong. And we'll be done tonight. We may go to Asgard's Wrath next. Be forewarned. You're going down this track? Okay. Works for me. Bring it on. I know you don't like Asgard's Wrath because I see there's not been any viewers on it. But I got to get through it because the graphics are pretty awesome in it. I don't care for the fighting in it. And I'm getting ready to go into a fort tonight and learn a new fighting technique. And it's not going to be good. It's going to be ugly. Not against them, but against me. I'm going to get my butt whipped, I'm sure. Okay, little fella. You've done your job. You've done it well. You can stop. You got a fan switch and there's no fan. Okay. Well, see if we can run back over here. Check out the poppy field. Tiptoe through the tulips. Smells marvelous. Let's go back to the office. Now, I know they've reworked these bushes. I don't think they've either put more or they've redesigned them or something. I do like the water in Asgard's Wrath better. I mean, it moves at least. It looks like the wind's blowing it. This here is just still. I mean, you can walk on it. Anyway. Second complaint, right? Well, that's it for this evening. We're hooked and ready to book. So y'all have a good evening. Digger out.